this is the WTV Consulting Room. It is really a great pleasure to have you here today, even as today is the maiden edition of our consulting room where we share ideas and views relating to health. And remember that anytime we see you, then it's an opportunity engage very seasoned health professionals, from doctors to other specialists, and then you can even imagine having all the psychologists and any other person who could really inform us with adequate information. Like, you know, scripture says that for lack of knowledge my people perish, and so God does not want us to miss it. This is a privilege, a platform where we're going to share ideas, so that where you have any health need, you know exactly what to do. If it has to be a home where you have to refer, you go immediately before things escalate. And so we're not going to do this alone right here at the studio. Right in your home, you're going to join us as you ask your questions, and then you give your experiences to encourage other people. And this will be every Saturday, 4:30 p.m. through to 6 p.m. And so today, just invite a friend to invite a friend, so that together we'll share what we have for you. Sanya ye pacha ne se WTV Consulting Room we ye akwenya ye nyinara ebeboa se ne ebeya ensema efa yen apomuden ho ye ne akukudam a ehwa apomuden ho be di nkomo se ne ebeya ne a ewo se wo so anu wo fie no be hu ne ntem ne ewo se wo de ko hospital so be bomodian aye ne sa na afe yetumi atsena ache na wonim se ba de tonkra ne na WTV ya na obetumi adan ye nietimi aboam waton no mani yie enti akwenya wo ho se o hwe nara na obetumi asponsor WTV Consulting Room na akwenya wo ho no mo se obeye ne sa mimi de bia no 9 fa ekopim do nsia ye wo ha se edema anyami me wo bon WTV Consulting Room ka je oheye mi akehye wo bagbasande kecho ogbomochomi hewale ke oita oni obinoko alo kemokopo ba dwenoko here be ye akehye obaye ni obi ne kesaje ne ni ole be minisani oyahila chamohe eke agbene ka habo referral po noni sani ofe no he wala WTV Consulting Room. We are right here. Just stay glued. As soon we're going to come back and I would introduce our guest for today, as well as the topic for our discussion for this evening. WTV, we are right here for you on this platform. Thank you very much. We'll be back.
𝗪𝗧𝗩𝗘.
Wake up to a purposeful day.
Get ready for a transformational morning experience.
𝗪𝗪𝗪 is here to build our spirituality, mental and physical well-being.
Through positive, inspiring actions and stories.
We bring you exciting activities and conversations that develop us as a people and as a nation.
We take a look at the trending issues in Ghana and the rest of the world.
And we also review the impacting stories from our local newspapers.
Every morning, we bring you stories of hope, change, and renewal.
We empower you through the Word of God and provoke you to live the purposeful life destined for you.
Join us, Anita Kwaku
and the Reverend Ajika Vincent Agbamanya, Monday to Friday from 5:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. as we take you on an inspiring journey, live and exclusively on WTV.
You may also join us on Facebook at WTV Ghana and on YouTube at Wesleyan TV Ghana.
𝗪𝗪𝗪.
Wake up to a purposeful day.
𝗪𝗪𝗪 is brought to you by
Danwell Insurance, Multi-Credit Savings and Loans,
and the Methodist University Ghana.
There is always a story on the train of national discourse, a host of thorny issues begging intelligent analysis and unbiased scrutiny. But how do we interrogate these matters? Through the regular lens of partisanship or through a spectrum spectrum that focuses on the national good? The answer is the latter, and that is why the state is here. Here on the state, we turn our backs on the political gimmicks, ignoring the endless propaganda and opening our doors to honest and critical assessments on all matters of national interest. Our focus is to generate compelling solutions to the litany of problems in education, politics, health, governance, the economy, and all other areas of national life. We also bring you closer to the narratives on the streets, bringing you up to speed with the voices of ordinary men and women who cannot be heard. It's a platform of truth, objectivity, and impactful Christian-centered engagement designed to better the lot of all and sundry. Join me, 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗘 khi_HiShando, this and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on Wesleyan TV for this all-new current affairs program. For sponsorship, please call 059-311-0733 or 025-625-3461. The State, probing the issues, digging the solutions.
Wesleyan TV, reaching out to the world.
Yes, so right here you are welcome. As you know that this is a platform where we have your free health consultancy program on TV. And today, of course, being the maiden edition, we have a very wonderful person with us here. In fact, he has been a friend. And it's amazing to know that that was some few years ago. He was my real therapist. And today I have my real therapist as my guest. And today we're going to look at stress management. You know how much stress is really affecting a lot of us. A lot of us are battling one condition or the other, which of course emanated from stress-related issues. And so we have here Mr. 𝗟𝗓𝗩𝗪𝗓𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗙 na yashe stress management stressing na desa stress yi kraba ye besi den kra na to me aboa ye ho se ne be ya no ma engine same essence se ade we po just stress everywhere. Enti Mr. 𝗟𝗓𝗩𝗪𝗓𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗀Many Thank you so much that you have honored our call to have this discussion with us. And so quickly we starting. Yeah, stress management and what is stress? What really is stress?
Right.
That's really required to be managed.
So thank you very much, and thank you to your viewers. Yeah, can't stress. In fact, the body's reaction to okay. Until you can pick it from your daily traffic, even waking up and forcing to get up to go to work and not be late. Dealing with issues at home before you go to work, dealing with situations, economic situations, finances, all of these, our body's response to the various challenges or the daily hassles we go through. That's what we refer to as stress.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. It's just a nipedua nankasa the way I handle is a stress. And I remember some time back in a lecture, I learned that yes, every one of us need an amount of stress for our survival. How true is that one? And how much of it do we really need to live healthy? Right.
So whether we like it or not, we go through stress.
Sure.
Now there is what we call positive stress and eustress.
Okay.
And there is what we call negative stress or distress. Now eustress, my example, you are writing examination and you are stuck. You don't remember your answers. Okay. And then they say 10 minutes to stop work. You realize that within that 10 minutes, the amount of information you put on the paper is way more than 2 hours now spending. Now that positive stress releases you to sort of act faster. So the brain responds to that stress. So it's a positive stress. And then also apart from that, maybe you are preparing for the examination. For 16 weeks, you have been learning or you have not been learning, and then you have just 2 weeks to go and write. Within that 2 weeks, there is not but you're able to spend more time reading and less time sleeping. That's because of that positive stress.
Nti so we need say emre na wo ko exams na ya ben nti no we ni pedua wadwen wo bibia akwa she exams ni mu nti wutumi sorry ntem wutumi hia ade e ma ne kakra.
There is that motivation also, and that is because so it's like the release of adrenaline. Menya mfa to hu we say sabi emfa nse krama ejagu so me kan jata de bia na ehunu na e be ba emfa nse jata ejagu so onjai wachidi a unjai America nutu.
Great.
Now you are not an athlete, you are unye Usain Bolt, but until the lion stops pursuing you, that strength, the release of that chemical to allow you to be able to go that speed and that length is what the body's response, the stress that is. So the body is responding, or the brain is responding to a threat. Anytime there is a perceived or actual threat, then the brain responds. The brain considers it as something that can harm me. So what does it do? It allows you to flee if you can, or to fight it if you can. And sometimes the brain gives you the information, you can't do anything about it, and then you freeze. So we call it the fight or flight or freeze scenario, right? And that is because of the brain's response to the stressful situation.
In terms of watching near okay patches say it be what say your hey for menu me right or hey that's a be bar just say Ntamarano adreno nya entiase se ewo se me jime nkwa enti nan baby obefe bia ebi wo wa wo huri dan anase wo ye bibi wo nim baby asa hodin if but it is ade efi wankasa wo mu. Oh wow.
Enti wo sha yesusu ane ekọ nkofo fie ko tete mango e fie re ba utimi huri wo a uya ubedwen ho akwan fa so huri e ka se huri bio na jis kakra huri enye. Now the foundation behind it is let's go to our primitive era. Ye nananom time anu mu ne mo na ete inwe mu no o sorry anopa either say we pray na we predator. Either say abo bi be chiware na say wo be pa abo bi ache no e dia ye aduane nti time bia no wo be sorry no wa adwene no e process danger. Of course they say civilization about entingram bio, but that part of the brain anko bia it is now responding to daily traffic situations, daily financial needs, daily marital issues, social issues and all of that. So that's the foundation of where the stress still lives with us. Yes.
Wait dear, what's interestingly, I could that your next question say what Trey said there is a positive one and then the other negative one, right?
Yes.
Intina the negative one, what are some of those is it factors and I say can say the underlying cause of those stresses?
Right. So with all of this, let me give this foundation. The brain is not able to differentiate between reality and imaginary.
I just say what you
say ade bi beto a okay me nkyere mu sei me mfa to ho amram. Adwene no ntimi enkyere se we eye ampa. Ewo ho ana eni ho ana se de ye kan de emfa ne se ebosrem kan na se ya asem no krempo enti se ye ti ha obi frew no so oh sister if ejada ofie se ya immediately wadwen ebe behave and ebe respond to eja atofie enti ye ti ha yi ba bia wote na ho na wadwen be kwa kopie enkopie ba bia wodan ni. Now, when that happens, say oyembesho a oyembesho, ubesu a ubesu, ububefu a ububefu. So all these emotions that are coming up, you are responding to an information Wonfa woni hu ye. Enti se see later of na first April my April fool la. But before that no adwen no afa ne say sa na asem ne tie. Enti metumi aka bibi say man dwene chinye hu sesi the moment I make us am atwe adwena kwesi chinye so. Exactly. So ati enti ade no say wani hu so wani hu adwene no ntimi and distinguish it. And then for me me fa ne say ade a yebetumi afa something positive from it. Okay. The same thing be my negative because I mean say wadwe ye o say ade hu bi betoa we yembe shisho. But say you put things into perspective. Now we say, oh, this thing is not even as dangerous as it is. Now you are talking about factors. Once again, so there are biological factors. Right. In fact, you poem po. We your bana me ye beman. Okay. Said ye oba de boy no, and so them. No correct. If free any pedua so, ekosi ya adwene ya tenka bibia and so ye edem. Hormones bi o hwa e wo oba ho a eni bema ho. Hormones bi o hwa e wo bema ho eni oba. Ebi nso wo hwa e dose wo oba mu sin bema. E dose wo bema mu sin oba naturally. Sure. Of course there are instances where yes, but generally differences so just by our biological makeup. Okay. And no etumicos and then of course genetics. Right. If someone is prone to stress, young phobia they are more prone to stress than the others. Example, their personality yes. Wow. Personalities ebetumi obi are more prone to stress than the other. And you be share bia na mfo mienu asem ba ko na obeka che omun the way obi a be fa na different obi da adwen ho sa obi o kra na refi se o kan yempo. In social so those personalities no mo dear one here no. So we have predominant personality and so personality traits enya ba ko pe e wo bia nti mentumi nka se me so eno nko ano eno bia na dose o mimu ena ba ko bi nso tertiary a eboa me but the bia the tertiary eboa me na ye obi kese pa ena foforo den tertiary eboa na anti personality traits different personalities. Great. So for example, the basic introverts and extroverts will be naturally you'd realize an extrovert will be happier at a party. Right? Exactly. There be any probably brave one extroverts. Exactly. So but offer introverts no kwatna yenye party no na ho odin asa. What happened? Yes. Enti also into the hide no caution ne dem no regain strength no. The same way an extrovert or share them san na ho odin esa. Also hu nipa ne din kita ho. Na ne ho sisi ne ho so. Enti opia oje ahoden. But introverts pia na ho odin perform. E kan ho odin of course emotional vitality main kind. So basically our personality could be a factor. Wow. Now apart from that, the various daily routines and daily hassles. Yes. Wow. So for example, a mother of 3 is likely to be more stressed with taking care of children than someone who doesn't have children. I mean, I say likely because personality wise, obi o manoma 10 or be composed. Obi o bako 0. Yes. Obi a meshia no wa first one. O ba clinic ni soon because say ne mother-in-law promise no say uncle wo no be boa me ya hwe no. According just 2 months we so say the mother-in-law ada no. Enti ne wo Canada no prefer. Yes. And so really offer school fees. Dollar cost rasi we see the enti adia anka we pay betumi e dey we chat e dey we chat 3 weeks ah you say e dey we chat 1.5 enti we sorry ajenjen na eno nso timi e cause stress. So really like if all things being equal be in your social setting relaxed. In fact, whenever there is a sense of control, right, and there is some sense of predictability, we seem to be less and less stressed. So you say what deal with so control. Yeah, what abo check akra. So what I say. Now,
control as in say when you said near be me to me. Enya so to me.
Ma menyam fa to hu bi. Se ukoshia private cars akese mienu. Bia obia Jaguar bi ni BMW bi na umakonya accident. In fact, umu kambo mu no, e bia a minor accident. Obi a pure shesha no obi o my exchange card, o my exchange contact no to because omu gidi say they have what it takes to resolve it. E bia na ni insurance coverage ebe cover enti anya big deal. But you ko share truck driver bi ne taxi driver o mako kambo. E bia car no on the sales cry and so yeah na na also deco.
No correct.
Won't me ko kan share the master.
The master said
the time bia no mu gidi. They are more stressed because of the perception that they can't control the problem at hand.
Right.
Yes.
So the mere fact say wouldn't possible bit me a control problem na eba no eno kra no emma obuto you. But when you know you cannot, or maybe a why you think, yeah.
I keep bringing think because eba no enyama yenya mo ye ho a because you see maybe I'm going ahead of myself, but for example, someone is afraid that they will die. The time no I worried. But interpretation of death when you dream one okay ye nyina sebesi ye nyini ade a chan de sano ye nyina beji eni so
no correct.
That's the ultimate. Sure. Eventually, ABC. And he said, who interpret? He said, oh, this is actually a certainty. It helps you to see it in a different way, and now work towards it. Start preparing towards it.
And in fact, take a day at a time.
Insurance, and now the cover.
Yep. Oh.
Exactly. Because of the thought of it.
Right.
I said, "Oh yeah, now wow,
So you're saying say biological factors, any your social factors, no way munyinara etumi emma obi say obetumi handle stress ye and na say ontumi handle ne ye na enu echinu nso no ye pese ye bisa say e bia na wo hwa sometimes bi mu wo ho a chese irrespective of factors here obi wo ho a omo no in fact they could even be identical twins but betumi who say obi dey almost the same issue na no sebi akopie baby for as in even psychiatry hospital and I say mental home I was say buano money go through the stress another person the same thing na no wait me handle no paper no I say abofra wabofom or sorry ya we suka kra wa propofol na or call baby empty stress management very necessary like you say. So having known this one, how come and it means some conditions that is related to stress and what are some of these conditions?
Right. So stress or onama hinasa.
Okay.
Yes. Or one of the triplets. Stress is a triplet brother to anxiety and depression.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Wherever they are like a triangle, wherever you see stress, chances are that depression and opportunity.
Wow.
Be room.
Wow.
And as anxiety so baby. When your opportunity now also be room. The same way, wherever you see depression, stress is also on anxiety. That means that when someone is anxious, they can be depressed and they can be stressed. When one is stressed, it can lead to depression and anxiety.
Amazing.
Yes. Into now the thing say obi me nyina ehiamwa omonso hiamwa over stress and over stress yes enti ono nso ba bia na ho odin ebepem no na ne nua na eso sen no abam.
Oh, okay.
In the time they are lending a helping hand
to each other, even though it's a negative impact.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And untina so say banon say a boy ho. A be important say stress na you say a positive, it be a positive no. When it prolongs, it makes me cause challenges.
When the positive one,
any form of stress, negative or positive, when it prolongs.
Okay.
So, for example, somebody can say, "Come here, good." So, how do I am shishi?
Exactly.
So, what me jump a wall no cry no sign. Ubon say, "Oh, mate." Nanka kranka sana about normal breathing.
Sure.
Right. Now, imagine. It is not the dog chasing you. Rather, it's a daily financial challenges. It's a daily marital problems. And you're dealing with it causes you the panting. Then it becomes chronic.
Wow.
Yes.
Just not adane kwanko,
yes. Right? Adane kwanko. You are a chronic stressed person. Time bia you look stressed. Sometimes when you cry 2 party amount cry. Wow, prepare wow, but 2 party amount be stressed and that is why you bet to me at the agent at diso.
Okay.
Now, me can say no, there is a threshold. Ya say Robert tie. Ochi mua edu baby no njem na oguso ochi ayete.
E bit me ate.
So threshold no. Anytime obi be try na threshold, then no na say the o can e bit me di obi akoto ayaresabia ana bibi. Now and no nche say we weak.
Sure.
I want to establish this. The fact that you see me say, oh, my threshold no my exceed ana I exceed no nche say me yemre. Not at all.
I really think so because say we to me a humpo awa bepe emwano. No crampo chese you are the strongest I can. Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Because enkofo bebre wo ho a omunyanka ombepe emwa. But rather eyo so oh me kona me ko hu me se boache a e be to say e bia na me handle no me ye na we di nani chu hwe me and na de enko na sesi a wo kwa ko psychologist na me that's so wakanisa. At least when I came to you, I was the strongest woman.
Yes, you were actually.
You know,
yes.
Right? Because and that is why I admire
since you have brought it. That's why I admire you. You did very well, and I mean, come on. Oh, they are higher crime. So, but basically, what I'm saying is really there is a threshold.
Yeah.
You bet me across a threshold, and that is why we need professional help. So because wired within us is everything that we need to be able to manage these stresses.
Great. Inti 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 and then ye can has to do with stress management. Your name is 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 and then and komoy enti ye pesa what's nas now kosara eti ewemra ye to ankomodi ene so esan say addition de bebre wo mo meyi wo ho emfimu. Thank you. So what
can I say? One, there is every strength in seeking help.
Yeah.
And wired within all of us is the ability to deal with the basic stresses of life.
Great.
Except when the elasticity is stretched. then the professional help can help. Then also, in fact, professionals can even help you before your elasticity is reached. Because we help you to manage your ceiling.
Great.
Say at the hand a pim will now better for ma. It me ya manoba said a pim how say, hey, me ye drew me way into any mean who me.
Sure.
So interpersonal issues also cause stress.
Great.
Oh, you don't know when to say no. The idea so be no I just obey. Oh, Jibwa on so I went to me yenny. Now, quite say be winning wajuma. Ayonkofa, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, poor communication. And so to me the great stress ever.
Wow.
So when we are able to deal with all of these, a boy ete stresses.
When we are able to deal with all of this, yet to me a boy handle some factors in it to me a and stresses no so. Other for would say and you say it's about stress management with Mr. 𝗟𝗓𝗩𝗪𝗘𝗂𝗹𝘁𝗶𝗵, a clinical psychologist from 𝗪𝗧𝗩𝗪𝗘𝗪 Teaching Hospital. Me patrons person send WhatsApp and also bisa asem and also be person share experience. Cry a WhatsApp line here 02562534661 02562534661 enunti memma WhatsApp no enka wuti mu ye bie phone line and so ubetumi afre na wama we bis okay wasem bisa no so aba Sabi Mr. 𝗟𝗪𝗩𝗪𝗘𝗂𝗹𝘁𝗂𝗋 ni ne etwetwe nkomo no men sorry tsena baby out na rafra onyonko ka teshi henota no fa na taja me echen wo baba so just please be seated in your chair and we'll be with you just as we go for a break. We'll be back. Thank you.
Yen church Jumedia Sronko, Methodist Yasha at the air breb, church so ye besia adear, afa, the nim efanyang coupon, yes, Christo home, concron, and a sunny to ye gidiamo anamo. A bepens and pens ye gidiano fapem. Yen church, ye be pisa, ye besia, na ye be home. Kayawe, na yen sia the hour yen church, so yen church, ye ma gidiano adaho pepe.
𝗟𝗓𝗩𝗪𝗘𝗂𝗪𝗏 𝗟𝗑𝗩𝗪 let the little children come to me and do not hinder them. Matthew chapter 19 verse 14. Oh yes, let the little children join hands with WTV every Sunday for a special children's service with the Methodist Church Ghana at 10 a.m. with repeat at 2 p.m. on WTV and Facebook. 𝗟𝗓𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 Wesleyan Television, reaching out to the world.
So you viewers out there, great once again to have you here. Say ebia fe na wabeka ye ho and na WTV consulting room. You see your free health consultancy program only on TV. Na Nkoma ye bono eti ne se stress management yenim se empempi ye na ye kana my stress up aso ye abuse word no anase it is a reality. Yes, and ye nua bema me se 𝗟𝗩𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 a oye clinical psychologist ono na ye ne no twetwe enkomo yi na watre ye nia stress ye anase what it is and what stress management actually means. And then we have looked at some factors that could contribute to stress and stresses amongst us. Wama ye hu say ye nyinara ye potential say nipa say obenya an amount of stress say wo so na mo say wa ability to handle it ena ebechere say ebeye positive and say negative and say ebia ebema wetumi di nkunim wo so and say eno bedi wo so enkunim enti say wache yadom na ye kan about say ebi wo ho a na sebi efie mpo say we ye ena say we ye eja ene ne ye fefe mu nyina even traffic ene wo bayare wo mado so ene sika sel ne keka ho ni nyina etumi ema yen stress but na me pese me bisa bibi say sebi ye fa ema ne emerima ana say e bia emofra empenyin is there any way by which Rebecca oh sa enkrofo yi de omo yade omo tumi manage omo stress better? Give it to me.
Very good question. So, in fact, research validates some of these.
Okay.
Now, when me make reference to research, I am a bit careful because the facts and research we are finding this out does not mean the other side may not be possible. But yes.
Okay.
When it comes to, for example, compare a man and mema.
Okay.
Obeti so be say am I emotional pan.
Exactly.
And no cre.
Oh wow. Wow.
A man so emotional pan. Now women are more emotionally expressive.
Okay, expressive.
Yes.
Say yeah a day.
Omutimi express it.
Okay.
Senera ho a omanhu senera ho.
Obesu shows.
Thank you. Ne buafu a omanhu se ne buafu anu so otimi su. Express ne buafu. Ema etimi da wo mu de adi. Mema culture be mansu.
Aha.
Nti bibi hye ne so a no
ayi. Say ne so eni.
Oh, enye bibia. Be man ne no adura enyi no. Etioto a etwene be ma bo. All of these cultural proverbs near the no a build a shield around them. And you realize that women are more emotionally expressive. In fact, when you take healthcare itself,
sure.
are quick to go to the hospital when there is an issue.
No crepa.
Them are just here swano de no ko. That is a answer. Yes. So really, dear, say all of these are contributing factors. And when it comes to stress, Obibeka say bia a mema etumi deal with stress better.
Okay.
And that's probably because they are not talking about it. Now when that happens,
sorry say me chomo. I just say enumpo keke no, we are doing a great disservice to our men.
Thank you.
Because ebi wo ha be ho ayesi ebi a we kuni ho, we shooting ho, wako send ho akonfo, wako no meduo ebia.
Wenyo obi ane na nche na sem.
Wow.
Inti stress no 1 minute.
Oh.
Yes, or deal with it better. So it is not always the case. Now, remember to Misha, but they are not talking about a nema a two man kasa football, video game, no more come once a man sika. But how are you? If you take them into an emotional space, one will be abesu. Right? Because there are a lot going on, but omonche. But obabe to me a friend cousin, obe to me a friend sister, obe to me a friend mommy, obe to me a friend young kubi. And then no aka asema ekoso obesu and you realize sebe oba ne be ma ewo relationship na broken heart bi ba. Oba no namfo etimi etam no de no call ebi a sit out bi no ma di be ma na tem sa de na omoye ni nyina eboa oba
the healing of the woman.
Yes. Wow. So really given the factors you may be able to talk about the fact that ma containing stress, and as a ma deal with stress in some ways better than men. But then when you come to another angle, which me defend it on the side of men. But all in all, example, sometimes we say, so do children get stressed? Yes, they do get stressed a lot of the times. And the parents now, but I feed you, I pay your fees. What's your problem? It is not about that. They also get stressed, and when a child who has a supporting family is able to manage stress better than a child without a supporting family. And it's also a very, very important factor.
So the supporting system, is very important.
Yes.
Even say if you have that good supporting system, now where they have, because some say what shall be one says in cry, even the suicidal tendencies are increasing amongst children. So it could be because there is some broken support into omuhuni na and also akopienesa.
And you have used the term very, very well. Broken support. Broken support. Now, Osha, when you go to, and some of these things may be rampant in the Western world than in our part, and we can explain it by the communal nature of our setting. Because I mean, when the nature of Abuja life, what could my show them? She said, "We be to me. I that them with 3 days and son."
Exactly.
And no cry center be free abanebe my who says some. But Obaha, especially in fact, sometimes you pick we cry global village. Yes, it's challenging. Yes, and no, I might identify some of these rampant issues because the social support network is not so strong. It's a bit broken. Now, and of course, research has validated that people with strong social support network deal way better when they are stressed, when they are anxious or any other health issues. They deal better with it than those without social support. Example, say you pick someone who has cancer and has a very strong social support, financial support, everything. They do well on treatment compared to their own newbia.
Inti Aduful say yeti nyina no kai say no man is an island. Unkwament se wo ho se netie bia no woni obi nche asori na weja no me pato main da asori no nipa ba ko pe na fom wo kai say ebusuamu ni nyina wo hodema. And so let us build that beautiful social system to improve on our own health, and that would help us. And so back to Mr. 𝗪𝗪𝗩𝗘 Yado. Tisesia, are there some techniques? Yehu near a distress, a banning a fari by no. Are there some techniques be a bit to me adopted as individual, as a community, as a society to help us deal and manage with stress better?
Yes.
So you can share those
so many.
Right? These are great techniques.
One, I would say no.
Okay.
No. Okay. No what? No, as you said, that no man is an island. Sabe obi na wo. Nti enya onkwa na ofiti prekope na otisi asase we so. Ufri abusua bi mu. Say abusua pa say abusua bone. Ufri abusua no. Know also that you are not obian who are immune to stress. It doesn't matter whether you are a psychologist, you are a doctor, you are a nurse. Yenina ebetumi atu obia.
Ebetumi atu obia.
Sabi akoya mansensu. Ebetumi atu obia. Enu nti se etomia me kai se me ye nipa. Se asem asia na obentin a eto no mrebi no. Na men koye imagine say aden na me a whole psychologist na men na there be me kai say beneath the psychologist me
you are a human being. Me personal statement no say beneath whoever we are ye nipa. It is so who san nipa sune wo mu na e ma wo in terms of behia moa
ya kan say ni yentu nkosi asofo no
me pa cha
ene empanifo ne atitire so
yeah that's it
yeah na because of dom na ye som no ya na yakoye nyame ewo nkofo ani so enti they ascribe us with godly characteristics like omniscient, omnipotent. We are not omnipotent. Yen so asem to me to yen or how it to me to yen. Enti emfa ho se we osofo. Emfa ho se we sorry ba. Emfa ho se we sorry kan di ni bi. Or how be say e betumi ato. Enti se wo ho se we ankrankra won so ye nipa. Na nipa no sebe one shine deal with the ato na or how no betumi escalate no.
Wow.
Ubetu ho anamo. Na utu anamo a wo hwehwe wachi enka se na obi behu mi abeka se da bi. So no, ebetumi ato obia.
Hunu se ebetumi ato obia.
Okay, hunu se ebetumi ato. Now that you know it can happen to anybody at all, know that wired within us is the ability to deal with it.
The ability to deal with it.
We all have within us some level of innate resilience. Oba dia bo ahoden we mu a yebetumi dia di or how be say nom so.
Great.
Enti se benka wa nyamwa bia kra nka wobetumi deal with some of them. Enti it is not a dead end. Say wuntumi nyehwe. Enti hu say within you no wo bibi om. Enu nti say when I'm dealing with people as a therapist, what I do is I utilize your own inner resources.
Wow.
There were one kasa wuno. Me nkofo obi de mfa me bata.
That is it. We are unique individuals.
Thank you. So your very own. That's what we try to unearth. So when you see a therapist, they are trying to help you navigate you and bring to bear what you are able to do and do it.
Great.
Right? And to know that you have within you the level of resilience to deal with most of these stresses.
So no, say ebetumi atu bia we nifa.
Yes.
No, say you have that level of resilience to deal with the stresses better. So one kasa no maybe wo mu but ebi wo hwa ne wo kan say ubehia mwa na obi aboa wa mo hu say we ni ena ebetumi ayede aboa.
So now that you know, the next step is Yansha and Niama said they kind because we have what it takes to deal with. Yansha and Niama to deal with some of these things. Number one, for meditation.
Oh, okay, meditation.
Meditation.
Wow.
Now, see, I come meditation. Na teacher, na Christopher Binom Jane say. Yeah, cancel be aqua crossing and 9 why say no any in
fact, meditation as me me person basis bio enti quickly me person me my yetie for your phone line or person send WhatsApp person bisa asema 02562534661 02562534661 or person send WhatsApp person bisa asem anasa ofre kra obetumi afre na Mr. 𝗪𝗪𝗩𝗘 nyame adom okaye ho wo ha yi die obe dom ye ni tumi amawo anoyie meda asem Mr. 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗑
right inti said they make an meditation and chese wa cross so nine akata wani say bia as we say be levitate nyan no enkoa
okay
in fact the church concrone say Joshua chapter 1 verse 8 I said this book of the law should not depart out of your mouth, but thou shalt meditate on it therein day and night. Thank you. Thank you. What the abata who said no nebesi ye no. Children say, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper, even as your soul prospers. Now the soul we're talking about, that is our emotions.
Okay.
So there is a need for emotional prosperity. And meditation can help with that.
Wow. Meditation.
Yes.
How do you do that?
Thank you. When you are meditating, you see, there is something called rumination. So there are people who are warriors. Or in fact, Ojinjine. And yes, ojine ho. There is a difference between worrying and thinking.
Okay.
Thinking to plan.
Right.
But where the ojinjine o diare wo diabobo ti time bia or ruminating on asem no in a negative way. Meditation is almost like the positive of rumination.
Right.
Picking something positive and focusing your attention.
Picking something positive. It can be just one thing, right? And focusing your attention on it. Wow.
And bringing it to your consciousness.
Amazing.
Right. So, for example, let's say you are broke. Then you go like, how do I even know I'm broke? It's because I'm alive. It's a plus. And you're not the answer. I am Munyamisobo. Okay, so the answer I am Munyamisobo. Okay, not just say, Sabia because mama, dear chinkra, and Yami person me didia.
Oh, baby, cry mo in your idea needy.
Na se otoman a free straw, so was a me ambie manum na me de sheho.
Oh, sir.
As you meditate on it, you now get ideas to ask for help at the right places.
Exactly.
Charlie, what's up? And come to me. Oh, me cramano, before you realize what did
you've insulted.
And that is, see, when we are overwhelmed, and you're for free, you send to cough no refia kika. So and you're for free, yarding to me in Sisuye, yen to me planning. When we meditate, we calm ourselves from all the negativity, and then we allow positivity around us. Now that vibration around you helps you to now think right.
Right.
In fact, there is a science to it where the part of the brain responsible for planning, coordination, and all of that. Now those ones, they work better when we are calm than when we are aroused or anxious.
Okay.
Right. So indeed, when you meditate, it helps calm you down for the executive part of your brain function.
So this aspect of the
active.
meditation is not like baby. It can be in your own room.
Yes.
You can decide to go out of your home.
Yes.
So anywhere you can have that serene space around you.
Thank you. Now you are bringing me to my second point.
Whoa.
A place for meditation. Oh. It can be anywhere. You can do it in your room anywhere. But then also, you can go to serene environments.
Okay.
Kotina beach kakra.
Kotina beach kakra. Wow.
Odia shewiem na shebe bia nsuo ne ewiem kosia no. Odia fo ani kosi ho nko kakra. That natural environment has a tendency of bringing some level of calmness in your life. Wow. Yes.
Obi beka se na so hwe beach ni ekoko so ya na de na me sure say by all means so bet me nya baby a ho eye serene enough to serve as a therapeutic
in fact, yes, a concentrated mind is never disturbed.
And credit way. And
me ankasa say me ko beach a me call for me home. Intimately kotna nipa bed your
because enyo nunti na wo call.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, dear.
So really calm environment help.
Catch up me back right. Abeku. Hello, Uncle Abe. Where dear?
Good evening.
Good evening. Mpacho yeda say wa free.
Yo, that's said also my program to say about Amen.
Yeah, that's it.
Programming is a very good program, and then much I get it. But the baby not talking question mark.
Okay, Papa Koso.
Who can say straight management into the natural way of it where what continue beach now or maybe I will drink maybe I will drink and also the claimant stress and stress management Beat convenient how na me one na me begins I walk up in fire na
Uncle Abe, yadase, enti yenya bema bwache yado mate to basis studio mama ye.
In fact, I think say Uncle Abe, why are there? Why answer our question no? Yes. Okot na ho a, enya say okot na adwenjwen wa brabom. Sometimes okọ a emfa adwenjwen bi anko, o de also okot na ma say de o kan awako mu kakra. No asori akọhye o dem. Indeed, a serene environment. It doesn't have to be the beach. Obi o baby a o hwe free no say be epu enna ne man temu nti bia onya beach baby. But it can be some beautiful garden. In fact, obetumi atena o feature kra. The here say natural setting, natural environment. O man ho kwan. E de wa adwene si, and the purpose is okọ what the word is senior man no so we call it positive distraction.
Okay.
You are distracting yourself from the vicissitudes of life. Abrabomwa
Mpacho we dear facha me kakra. Eti farmer. Hello.
The unbeatable TV station. You unstoppable.
The facho ya dance zongole for how to say. Yeah, that's it.
One thing about Wesley TV. Wouldn't say something about me or some TV station.
Yeah, the radio say. Uncle Swanshe.
Now on the actual one time I said money show no any mu air talk na bibi you know.
Yeah, the radio
say. Stress management you know is very important. According to me no research amaya kakani say. In Burma the more worry about to me money now is stress management.
I like your research. Okay.
Because I don't manage na meje into no amount to be call on them. Brother, then I was not alone. Intimate topic here, treating is very important. Let's say, let's see what I'm treating you. Because Nipa get to man, Nipa resting. The body now, then what to one of the soil here, not here, or you sometimes in stress management, you know, brain combination in my baby, most of them Mr. Remember, any man, who said I'm managing Yama.
Yeah, that's baby. Farmer, yeah, that's baby. So we dear, what can be a caho? And see a member, it will feel to say now come by warrior, no say stress, crown, it to me affect your relationship. Samson, I bit to me, you should that healthy space not to improve. I think you said something like that. That's great. So you were back on the technique.
Of course. As I said, the purpose is not to go and go there and give yourself room to worry.
Great.
You are going to distract yourself positively.
Distract yourself positively.
Now, acts of kindness.
Mr. Edu Ankama from Kumasi. Me pacho, hello, Mr. Edu.
Hello, madam.
Pacho Kumasi for what to say?
Pacho, yeah.
Catch yeah, that's it. Ye was some more.
Yo, mommy. Me more bedroom says, yeah, mommy, friend, seven meter as the queer not move was so air. And you know, we start to say stress, and any I did say, I mean, try to take a crowd. I always say, I take a crowd a while, but I said, want me, want to see, I would feel. Stress up. In Titanka, a P, and answer for program, yeah, not about my answer. Say, yeah, not come up, Madame Roman. I said, was a woman P. Now, Brofano, a young also. So, yeah, try this on the family of one, so explicitly not required. The theater where Yamia can do it, say, a dear one more proud of Namo.
Me pacho ye dase. Be dase bebre se wa mayen asoso nti e bebo modea se ye katwi ye ne brofo ye bebo modea se ye be kam yenu ni nyina ne ya church mu ye ama grandma ni grandpa obia onte brofo kra no obesua bibi efi enkomo yi mu enti ye dase efi kumase. Yes.
Okay, so grandma mama mo ho kakra. Se ye ka say de bia de beba mitrimu se bia ye ka stress a ye hwe abrabo mu ahoira. Men ka ne san abrabo mu ahoira ne ahohia kakra. Men ka ne san. But de da ne da ye komu no. Eno ne ye ka na abrabo mu ahoira.
Ahohia na ahoira. Okay.
In fact, grandma beti ase.
Beti ase abrabo mu ahoira grandma beti ase. Enti ye wo enuabema baako efri Ashonman. Mpacho. Oh, okay. My Anna mpacho want to say. Nyamiadum enti ana yeda sese wutie yen ehwe yen so ewo WTV ye pese ye tie woni ewo de mayen
yo mpacho me se mi bi so on say meditation ene agendwen menam so how can you meditate without thinking?
Yeah, that's
right. When you are so stressed you want to meditate you be wan say wo then you become very worried and anxious. You know, I'm for the brain, who difference. I always try to buy away from meditation. Then I say, what's the difference and how can you meditate without thinking?
Okay, so meditate and then without thinking.
Right.
Tiana
thank you. Anna, so I say, say for exercise or TV so. What you fear see shene di actually be so oh yeah exercise na because enya dia water ye no ani baba on so what na from now o hwe o mo afi na o ja exercise no o hwe TV mo menya exercise na o yeah
exactly
that's the same thing with meditation any adwenjen ya adwenjen santi say ye jai say oh ye yi adwen fi bibia so a de we trim no na afi esan eden bobo ba o hwe mu a wotena Adia sana ukoda umpaso afe na the whole day the see nyina no ebo playback ebro sa pepe nete now medical can be say rumination eno ye dwendwene ho
sa Thomas Uncle Thomas from our dental Uncle Thomas.
Hello.
Me patro we de ye ni ade se wa frɛ na adenta e kosen enumre. Hello. Okay, that patro
right.
I'm sure we have lost Thomas on the line.
Okay. And he said in America no. Rumination, ye dwendwene ye di areho san worrying about especially dodo na ya na living in the tomorrow the need to control and ye bedwendwene ho meditation and say o twenwa adwene akosi ade ba ku bi so positive. So for example the whole day what they are all the troubles I go through never positive ba could be
okay into Mr. Wachimpacho yenya kuku anso line so kanda kukua hello Pacho when you made the kanda ekose
bibia koboko
that's so tie ye fese to ne word my
okay wait the ya da mo se fast body programming abaso my na me pese me bisa bibi stress any tiredness a relation be an answer stress and I'm not quite and a tiredness so and I'm not quite
okay
it's like say doctor kasano no or can be say e bia wo drain and baby trigger or stress na e ya na ma wakoma bo and the same thing so with tiredness e bia we bibi na wo prayer wakoma so ebo it's the person who say stress and tiredness a back and I say in society
It's stress, the tiredness, bako analysis, so
right.
It's where they are that's very the set of free.
Okay. Enti meba na na ade no so maminye
sure.
Na me chemu say meditation and say oh pick something positive. Now do adwunesi so in fact, oh yeah, as you are doing it, as you said, do go say adwendwen na chase abe crossing. Ba ya ati say okay say but not quickly what say you free
back to the sender.
Exactly. Enti na on time practice here we say na den. But the more we na practice they say makes perfect.
Sure.
I feel it's easy to meditate. Enti esan say on function until meditation becomes difficult. And to just keep trying it. But there is a difference between meditation and worrying. Yes.
Enti this with the pato ye beba ku ade na so na sesi ade wona na anima efi brekum na anima.
Yes, mama.
Yes, dear. Mpato brekum for what to say ekose wo ho.
Ho ye wo ko pa.
Ye da sesa wa frɛ ka kire ye den na pese ye ma
ya me pa.
Patron TTO. Nana in Mampacho yet you.
You mama we didn't. Na the point to go to the ground.
Mpacho you. Yeah, that's it.
I'm saying. I be bro ma na the man is so. And the man is so my pass so mama and almost go to stress. And yes, that up say omo pa na yes a man dey no possible change me man.
Then that's it. What say member no essay man so it's a mom go through a lot of stress. Yeah, that's it. Nana anima.
Nana anima yes. Yeah, na unfortunately the way the culturalization is. And of course, so about say man what share who can you so Bema obetete obeha and also na causes stress ninti. In fact, talking about how to deal with it, no interpersonal relationship. The next point I nan come beka was kindness.
Okay. Kindness.
The act of kindness that we do.
Okay.
Eboa eti stress so.
Act of kindness.
Yes.
Say wo you be say adoye
ana. Wo you be papa.
You be papa.
Yes. Se woni abro bi twa ka kwanu na ukoso ne nsa so ma wo no a wodi ni twam wi a woni abrewa no de na ni jepan nya abrewa no ye wo de waya ama no wo ani je ho kra sen ono na waya ama no so acts of kindness release hormones in us, dopamine that excites us.
Wow.
Yes. And when we are excited, it reduces stress. And it say kamia ye say why you stress into the stress e ko gu ho kani so a ye na doye, be kind to them and it will help reduce your stress.
Yenya bako e wo line so patron timi basesia efi kaswa of anko me patro mama comfort me patro we dey ma wa kwa ba kaswa for ho te say
kaswa for ho ye pa
yeah that's enti wosem
nyame ado kaswa for ho ye pa
mama enti we bisa
de me pese me chere ma dwen kakadia na doctor ne e kan ho asem am pastor se bibi and se bibi esi sa na se wo de wa dwen see positive bibi so a no kura se eboa e ma oyi ohaw ni na akọ ebi ato me na me obi a metumi nim komo nkyerɛ nkrofo me haw
okay
ntinya me ye ni se me ka kyerɛ me ho se menya nyankopon ya ma adom na menya adwuma na me ya ta ohaw ni nyina
etubitwa enokre
ntina me twɛn sɛ nyame ɛbɛyɛ ma adom na wa ma me adwuma nti de pia ya ma dwene esi so a me meditate ni sɛ menya nsa no adwuma ayɛ na eyi sa ohaw ni nyina frɛ so sɛ Minim say nyame bo me wa mama nse du. Mama me adwin say me fa nye du mama wona ahoden wo ho. Nti adenti na say me depend on someone.
That is it.
Nti me demand to see saa de ni so say nyame mama bi na me ntumi nye du mana me ha na atonta. And me free saa ha oni.
Yeah, there are dear say. Yeah, that's say wo ne ye access our experience. Enti eno na ye nua bema e ka no ano. Ma adekro pe enye say like an objective, a target, say we na me kodwe ho emfa ho ne tibia na wo mu no. That focus alone ebe to me aboa ama we fi mo no handle your stress up better. Yeah, that's it.
Right.
Okay. That's
right. Okay.
Mama Michelle.
Right. Enti sa pepe. I mean, when you focus, and you know, when we are in some form of trouble, your dream say, oh, we more kasa keke. But for the fun, so when they made two in chair, try it. While we baby doing dance here.
Yeah. Okay. Enti Yedia Bema Dixon. It was Santa Maria.
Hello.
Papa, where there dance say wa free. Nyame adom pacho wo so say Santa Maria obi a ho ye.
Bia ho ye. Yeah, Kosoro St. Mark in Tubakani.
Mpacho say.
Zumo St. Mark in Tubakani.
Oh, Papa, where there Veniaje St. Mark.
And they say, Mommy B.
Okay.
No koso.
Me pacho kosi yeti o.
Mommy B afira no pano ayare my na koto what they say Legon Hospital.
Okay.
Yes, in the tumu ay na pai the tumu da kun tumu.
Okay.
Yes. I don't know stretch me na the bus ana say there. Stretch me na the bus.
Wait there, Papa, next year that's a very so we be so question way enti yenua bema ebeka ho.
Papa that's in fact and the cranny said the old chen the bia na nya no now so stress we it mimics almost every medical condition. Stress Emma obi etimi anxious na na come born tentem o feel so anya heart attack. Yes. Enti
wakuma betumi abo am we feel little say when your heart attack. Wow.
Enti dia o ka no enye me nyini say eno ebe stress nanso stress ene ni anxiety kekabo ma o mu etimi ma enya saa atenka ni bi. But now you can say no sabe nya bibia na ye stress.
Exactly.
Te said the umara shene de no call hospital no. Umara the right thing.
Sorry, we dear mami yentie akosia sawa efi Kumase. Okay, pacho with me akoso we have lost akosia sawa.
Right.
Pacho with me.
Is that the make and papa sabe bibi o now suspect say stress cry no so the call hospital like boanti. Enya say I can't stress nti na bibia stress enye bibia the ocheche dem gidi say enya stress
sure enti emra yenua bema ka say osenye bia na stress ye wo ye papa kojo boafo da command papa mpacho we die ye ma wakwa aba. Hello, Papa. Could you?
Hello, good evening. Good evening.
Hey, good evening. Me, I'm Sofo. Papa. Papa made us a our friend.
Yes. And then you made the American when you have a program. No, I am very, very interesting.
Thank
very
you.
I mean, Shamo Papa.
Yeah, that's it.
The idea if Kumama for be remember the array, the oh, yeah, you usually Munana just a stress.
Oh,
and I offer you be brave, a brand.
Oh,
it's in a mission of Papa, we are muy, a petty amount for be brave. God richly bless you.
Papa, yeah, that's it, baby. Thank you very much, Daddy, for those words of encouragement. And when say, after for Yadamase, Nami Yadoma, Papa Betwaso, and what has say, na afe, yet to me at the yen seminal about a year.
Intine guso can how I be manage Abubo Ebiswa fine. Now, We've talked about acts of kindness, which and also eboa. Now, before said the bear, I'm running your brain. My main coming in Chemna, you be so a massacre chato.
Okay, it's seek professional help. I know that Papa say or the car, right, Mr. 𝗟𝗓𝗩𝗘 Yado, Pacho. It's the very final word. Answer, sorry.
And seeking professional help does not mean you are weak. It's actually a sign of strength. Make sure yourself ubepe be any natural asem. Se unyi se nipa natural asem no obetimi akra we secreta ko nimdifo a yatete omo. She says psychologists and other mental health professionals. Emra etia say ye de wa asem be kwa akoto abonten abo odin atoso. Je no kra bo ho ban. Now as I said, say okopem wa e kire sebe wani ate unim krom unim de ekọ. Na wabo ho nso say obegyemoa.
Okopem wa e kire se wani ate unim ko mesra wo hwe na se ebia unim ne wona ne bedi wo nkomo na and then now 𝗪𝗧𝗩𝗪𝗘 𝗪𝗂𝗪 clinical psychologist or say omo wo ho edemaye enu nti we de yen ahwefo ye pese ye fa akwanya yeso na yeda mase bebre se mwetie ye memede bia no 9 fa ekopem do nsia WTV consulting room ehese ya na ehia na edi yen apomodin ho nkomo enu nti ansa na ye beko no mefa akwanya yeso ada ye production manager ene ye camera crew ninyina ase ye wo Mr. Ashon and Mr. Prince Atta and Felix and Pakwesi Shandof omo maye moranyina yase nyankopon onhira mo enne na o twese se yase hiem wo hase e wo emra ye twetwe nkomo e wo bibi foforo a ebetumi aboa wo mesra wo nyankopon asem ene wo ka kire yen se he wish above all things that we prosper and be in good health even as our soul also prospers. So it is just something that we have to all stick by and then be obedient to the word of God because God requires us to do so. God richly bless all of us. Nyami Israel, Nyami Yadoma and our tribute. Yebesa Ishiawaha, WTV Consulting Room, your free health consultancy only on WTV. Nyami Shamu Bebre. Enjoy the rest of the week. Bye bye.